It's another episode of the Pulse and Pursuit podcasts where we bring our guests, they talk about their career, talk about their lives, and how we can benefit from them. On today's show, we have Mr. Babatunde Adenola, and he's here to talk about the technological growth in the future of education. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are a businessman, an entrepreneur, and a great teacher, I'll say. What actually made you choose teaching as a career in some part of your lives?
Hmm, that's interesting. I never for once thought I was going to be a teacher. And I think I'm happy to say it loud and clear today that I never regretted to have taught in the classrooms. Today, my best friend today is the marker, because I like to relay my knowledge, what I've gathered virtually everywhere to other people. I never for once, like I said earlier, I never for once thought I was going to be a teacher. After leaving university, let me just take a minute.
All right, sir.
After leaving the university, I went to Amodubelu University Zaria. I read political science. It was the time we were going into the new realm of politics. And I was opportuned to have actually been a personal assistant to the then member House of Reps,
Wow.
representing a federal constituency in Oyo State. Back then in Abuja, I was his PA, and I was happy that was just the way God wanted it. But in a short while, we lost re-election in 2003. And I went back to Lagos. And as God will have it, a growing school had me as one of their teachers. I know the rest of the story. I became a teacher, not thinking of any other thing. Just I love to relay my knowledge. And I can say it right away that has been the biggest job I've done in this world.
Wow. Wow.
I give it to Kingsfield College. Lots of things I learned from that school.
Thank you.
And I'm
much,
happy.
sir.
Today, I can say I was a teacher and I will remain a teacher. Thanks.
Thank you very much, sir. That's so busy. So something led to something and you started teaching.
Yes.
Thank you.
Boredom led me to teaching.
Wow.
But I really enjoy teaching. Boredom, I'm going to say that loud and clear. Boredom led me to teaching.
I really enjoyed it.
And today I am proud. I've got my former students all over the world and I still communicate with them. One of them seated on my left side.
Thank you very much, sir. So today we are talking about the technological growth in the future of education, how education has evolved in the past years. Because looking at the mode of teaching now, the mode of learning now has changed. So we're talking about how it has developed. Is it very helpful? Is it easy for the students? Do they actually learn what they're supposed to learn, or is just fancy? So my first question is this, sir. What are the most significant technology impacting education in this generation?
Anyway, I wouldn't want to say anything. I wouldn't want to talk before mentioning what we're actually into these days. Education. Very interesting. When you go into technological things in education. Before now, we were used to the blackboard and the chalk. And we were very, very brilliant at that. But as things evolved, I'm happy I'm in this generation as well to be able to talk about this. As things evolved, we saw that technology, without technology, basically, we will not be spotted in the world. So technology has actually been so helpful. Those days, it was just the marker after the chalk and board. After sometimes we resorted to marker and whiteboard. But today, go to the big schools in Nigeria. Technology has actually helped in so many ways. Okay, take for instance, when we were teaching with marker board and marker, um, the CEO on my left hand side could bear me witness. At the beginning of every term, we write scheme on the board for them.
Yeah.
Say these are the things, scheme in relation to weeks. These are the things you will learn this week. I mean this term rather.
Yeah.
And some of them that are smart will go ahead, read ahead of the teacher
Skimming.
and the teaching. Today, technology has made it so simple that the moment you want to teach something, go on Google, you learn it immediately. Before your teacher could even think of putting up one or two things together, you already have it in your head. Technology has done so much for us. Though I can pinpoint one or two disadvantages, it makes some of our learners lazy these days. They feel, oh, I'm not supposed to go too far. The moment on my fingertip, Papa, I could get answers. That could be one of the disadvantages. But to be able to be spotted worldwide, to be fit into societal norms, technology has really helped us.
Thank you, sir. How do you think AI and machine learning will change the way we teach and learn?
I really don't want to talk about AI. Anyways, like I said, we will keep evolving. AI, I'm still taking my time to study lot of things under AI. But I am very, very sure it might give us more advantage than disadvantage.
Thank you, sir. So what role do you set for virtual reality and augmented reality in the classrooms?
Roles that I set for virtual reality. See, as a teacher, the first thing I need you to look into is your class management. If you come on board and your students are not seated and you're not having the class management, I'm sorry, you might not be able to relay anything before you leave that class. My own days as a classroom teacher, I have witnesses everywhere. The moment Mr. Adenola walks in, it's either you are seated well or you're on punishment.
Very correct.
It is either you are seated, because I happen to be the manager of my classroom. Yeah, most of the time it must be interactive. Whatever I say, you relate with me, but not in disturbance ways. So I like classroom to be well taken care of by the teacher in relation with the learners. So majorly, I like roles. Like the host will tell you, I'm a role model. I like people to learn. I cannot come to your class and after 30 minutes you told me you don't have anything in your head. I'm sorry. When I walked into this studio, you reminded me of something. Same Adenola, you thought of everything about government.
Yeah.
Because I was part of the government and I later came to classroom. May God help us.
Amen. Thank you, sir. Yeah. What are some potential challenges or downsides of increasing technology use?
Firstly, we are in Nigeria. That country in Africa that anything goes. Electricity is our major challenge. Take it or you leave it. Either band A, band B, band whatever. If a school can cough out so much millions to bring in technological tools and there are no lights and there is no light, what do we do? So it's going to bounce back on the users of the technology equipment. I mean the students. Let's take for instance, may so rest in peace, my late father told me something that they were actually in free education all through their lives.
Wow.
He schooled in this town called Ijebu-Ode. Muslim college, from there, scholarship to Ahmadu Bello University. From there, he got a job immediately. Today, it's only the private schools that could raise their shoulder about technology.
Yeah.
Go to the public schools, you can't see one particular one.
Nothing.
I went to a secondary school somewhere around there in Ayetoro, Comprehensive High School, Ayetoro. That was a school that was a talk of the town. But today, as an old student, I'm part of the alumni ESCO, we go back there and we see, oh, what is this? So for technology to really go, the government has a lot of things to do.
Very correct.
But as it is, government is not helping situation now. Only private institutions can do them. And take, for instance, you have bought equipment to help the children for millions of nairas and dollars. And invariably, you couldn't have light to power any of it. Those things will just lay fallow. They're in there.
Yeah.
So we really government really need to help us as regards the electricity. Very, very important. It might not be easy. I'm not blaming this present government. I don't do that because I know that where we are today, we have started over the years. Don't blame the present government. I don't want to talk about politics now. I think I'm going to come back for that.
Thank you, sir. Sir, so how can education institution ensure that technology enhances rather than distracts from learning?
Like I said earlier, whatsoever we bring on board will have advantages and disadvantages. As it is, as we see it today, we still talk more about the advantages. When we talk about anything in education, say, the moment we bring this, we get this, and we get it easily. But we shouldn't forget that there are some disadvantages that we're supposed to have actually look and care, so that the disadvantage won't outweigh the advantage. So, to the best of my knowledge, today, all we still see today is, technology is growing. We are doing very well in education. Fine, the private schools will say that. But I can assure you that when there was no technology, we were brilliant. The brilliance is still in us. Now, technology is because we evolve, like I said, every day, we need the technology. Fine. But we must watch, just like the DSTV, parental guidance, or whatever. There must be an arrangement so that students, learners, that you carry an iPad to study won't go further than the studies. There must be guidance. Like I said, the way we do with our visual videos on decoders, there are ways we curtail some things for children from listening to. We can do that as well, so that they don't go further. Let education be friendly. We can't afford to degenerate the culture. Very important. We cannot afford it. It's affecting us now.
Yeah.
And we cannot afford further of the destruction of the country. In the lines, okay, education is this, we cannot do this. I saw something recently, and I felt like, are we still good? I'm sorry I'm going to say this here.
Okay.
Secondary school students were actually going out of school. You call it what?
From?
What do you call it? They're just going out of school after their last papers, and you call it
I think prom.
signing out.
Sign out.
And I saw them coming down with a lot of big vehicles, coming down like, I felt like, man, I was a teacher, and I know this would never happen in Kingsfield. Thank you, the owners. It will never happen. Some were even like couple.
Wow.
Coming down virtually on. No.
In Nigeria, yes, sir.
Yes, in Nigeria. I think I saw the video some days back. We really need to do something about education. Fine. I am a lover of technology. If not for technology, I won't sit here and you'll be hearing me wherever you are.
Yeah.
I'm a lover of technology. Things will evolve, but we must have ways to curtail some things.
Must be able to manage it.
The technology and the present society and the culture must go hand in hand. You can't say because the technology is there, then the children will just behave anyhow. No. So parents out there, please. I'm a parent too. Please, technology will help us. The AI, we don't know where we're going. Like I said, I'm still studying it. But to the best of my knowledge, we must curtail whatsoever we are bringing on board educationally when it comes to technology.
Sir, talking about mobile phones, because mobile phone is a tool for technology. Nowadays, you see students in secondary school, you see children that are not even up to 18, they have phones and all of that. Do you think a child that is under 18 or a child that is not out of secondary school should not use a mobile phone? Because I think having a mobile phones allows them open to a lot of things on the internet and all of that. What can you say about that, sir?
I'm going to use my my personal experience. Telephone, mobile, very important. The number one job the so-called call the phone does is communication.
Yeah.
Because we leave our homes in the morning, we want to return after 5, 6. Even our house help needs a phone,
Yeah.
so that we can have a communication.
Communication.
But unfortunately, the young lads have taken that to another realm. Like I said, I'm going to use my personal home. Babatunde Adenola, I have 2 kids, both in the university now. I told them practically that not until you are 18, you're not going to have a phone. One of them got to the university while he was 17. And he just called me a week after. Dad, ranging from our timetable to our assignment to our this has to be via technology. The second they had to buy a phone. The same thing happens to the younger one when she resumes school. It's not as if I couldn't buy phones, though.
Yeah.
I was only imagining what could happen, because we could see what younger people were actually doing.
Yeah.
Today, I have friends I've never met, and I'm even going to meet them as friends on Facebook.
Facebook online.
Some little kids want to be friends. On what basis? And so many. See, telephone is very good. Like I said earlier, there must be barriers. There must be some things we do as parents. Kids of 5 years can have a phone. Okay, let me go into this. I have a daughter of 7 years. All she needed on her 7th birthday when I met her was we don't stay together. Daddy, I need an iPad. I was like, sweetie, what would you want to do with an iPad? Said some of my assignments. I said, you, primary 2 assignments. Okay, I think I have one Apple iPad that I've actually the screen. Okay, I'll fix it for you. And the mother was telling me, why would you ask her? What does he need an iPad for? She has some games. I said, okay, if it's about games, but please monitor. So, age, I cannot relate age with telephone.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you the truth.
Okay.
Some of us, we are overzealous about this thing. We just want to be too careful. Oh, my child, I don't want this. I beg. I will speak pidgin. Wait till you know when your pitin do in your presence, you go drum outside you.
Behind you.
The moment you are out of the house for 40 minutes, they do a lot of things.
Yeah.
I relate with my kids. These are the good things you do with these phones. We cannot relate a certain age to telephone. All I still think we do is proper monitoring.
To manage it.
Like I said, my house help in the house. I don't call him my house help. I call him my son. I gave him a phone. As I'm seated there, I might want to do something at home.
Just give a call.
I have a farm. I could tell him, okay, oh yeah, quickly do this. Take this. So I could just call him. I only decided not to give him that smartphone so that before I know it, something else might happen.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, telephone is good for communication.
Yes, it's important.
But please, whoever giving an underage telephone must monitor the person. It's as simple as that.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, the next question is educational technologies, what are currently making a significant impact? How can technology facilitate personalized learning experience for students?
Like I said earlier, I said before now, we were used to marker board and the white marker board and the marker. And the first thing we will write in a new term is scheme of work in relation to weeks. Today, technology will help you faster in learning. It's unlike those days. You can bear me witness. Second week, you have political autonomy or something you have to read. You might not even go to the textbook. You just feel when Mr. Adenola comes, he is going to teach us. But today, there's an advancement.
Yeah.
You could go. It's just on the tip of your fingers. On your systems, the laptop, your phones, you could go ahead and learn a lot of things faster than the way we learned. Now, let me say something about education. That I've been looking for a way to say this for a long, long time.
Okay.
And I need everyone to listen to me. Whatever you're exposed to makes you better than others. Okay? I'm going to go into someone. When I was in the university, we were studying political science, international studies. And this guy's father, I think, was a minister. I want to keep his name. He's still very much alive. Big man in the north. And his son was always top in the class. He was a senior. Was like 2 years senior of mine in the university. But was always the best. And we were like, how's that guy? Why is this? But fortunately for this guy, he was exposed to a lot of books at home. As at 1996, he had a computer in his room.
Wow.
So if we wanted to talk about anything politically, world, American elections, he had opportunity to know before us. Because the technology then, though, was very little, but we were not exposed to it.
He was aware.
He was aware. Look at what I'm talking about. I'm talking about 1996
I can understand that.
now. This guy was the most brilliant I've ever seen as at that time because he was exposed. We will go to a particular place and we'll start arguing there, a newspaper stand. Not until we read before we come back to class and start arguing. But this guy would have seen a lot of things back home on the system. The father's exposure too helped him. The father was a minister.
Wow.
So back home, a lot of discussions. I want to beg parents too. Don't leave all of your education on the laps of the teachers. Oh, I'm busy. I'm doing this. No, there are things your children will learn from you that they won't learn from the teachers.
Yeah.
You can bear me witness. I taught you a lot of things. I taught you lots of things.
Correct, sir.
But there are millions of things that he taught you.
Yeah.
Because I was close to your dad.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's go into that. Technology will help us because it makes us more exposed. Sit here today, talk to Google about something. You will marvel the way you get the answer in a short while.
Yeah.
So technology, I repeat, I am in for it. But then, I'll repeat again, we must monitor growing children.
Thank you, sir. So what role do you think technology will play in contributing to education and lifelong learning? And how can educators be supported in adapting and adopting new technological systems?
I've said this a couple of times now. The role technology will play is there. And the role cannot be underemphasized. Technology has come to stay. Educationally, we are there and we are moving fast. The unfortunate thing, I'll just go back a bit. Present day Nigeria, we're not having 20% of students in classrooms having exposed to technology. Those that can afford the private institutions are the only ones. Let's be frank about this.
Yeah.
Majority of us don't even want to put our children in public schools any longer because we feel that they might not be taught well. Majority of us went to public schools. But today, I see that technology is going farther and we are moving further. But the truth of the matter still remains that government needs to do lots about this. So many people can't afford the private institutions. You see somebody who take his child to a private school, and after a little time they start having problem with the school. In fact, I'm going to come back to talk about that. Financing schools. But please, I need we individuals to cut our coat too, according to the available clothes. At times we take our children to schools we can't afford just because we want good education. And unfortunately, those schools too are not charity homes. They put things together to get their schools. So the role education will play, we cannot talk about it now. Today, something new could come.
Yeah.
That's why I respect the Western world. I'm not sorry to say this. I'm only just going to digress a bit. Go to China today, go to US, go to South Korea. You see what they do on a daily basis. It's not like, yeah, we attend churches and mosques. I don't want to go into that so that they won't come for me.
Thank you, sir. But sir, are you saying, or is it that public schools in Nigeria now cannot give any form of good education?
Please don't misquote me. Public
Okay.
schools can give good education. But what we're talking today is about technology.
But
No government of any state is funding any government school. I'm going to give you a very good example. Quote me. No government is taking care of any government school technologically. Quote me. I schooled in comprehensive high school, Ayetoro. Google it. That is the first school social studies was taught in Nigeria. When we were in the school as a student, we were exposed to lots of things, handwork, woodwork. I mean, when I say woodwork, and when I say mechanical work, vocational. At class 3, then that you call GS3 these days, it is a must that you must have one. Today, that place is a dead place. We, the old students, are now trying to revitalize that place. Okay, let me quickly go into this. Let the government come for me. The hall was dilapidated. One of the sets made the hall.
Wow.
And unfortunately, the state government collects money for people that come into that hall for parties. So how can they now talk about technology? Sir, technology for schools start from systems. Go to all the public schools. Let's try where the town we are.
You're right.
Go and check their tech offices. They don't even have. So public school can't for now. They want to come for me, they can come for me. I can assure you, no government is funding technology in any public school. They will just tell you they have IT class. And the only thing you find there is one laptop that the principal will be taking to his home. Then you find lots of desktop, 2 UPS. When there is no light, everybody go home. It was funny. Sometimes we learned computer studies when we were little, and we were doing our own computer studies. This laptop, we were drawing it in our paper.
Wow.
And that is still obtainable up till now. I'm not abusing anybody. I'm only telling you what is obtainable.
Yeah.
We can go around to check. There are schools in this town. Let's go check their IT classrooms.
Nothing.
So government, for now, they might change their minds tomorrow, but government is not doing anything for now.
Thank you, sir. Sir, so how do you think a vision of the future classroom and technology would it idea like what this means is new technology now?
Yeah.
Is that a way that schools can actually give proper learning without using technology? The former way of teaching, can it actually give a successful educational, can it actually run a successful educational system now without technology? Or we need to infuse technology to actually meet up, or can it just work like that?
My host, if we are not talking about technology, we are taking Nigeria out of the world. We cannot move that fast without technology. Back then in school, I like to talk about horse. We could read from, we call it pali to pali. We will read and we'll quote pages those days. But the moment we travel out of here, in the classroom, we are back. We cannot take technology away from education. I repeat, we cannot take. Fine. The orthodox way of teaching, very good. But bros, I'm sorry. We won't go further.
Hmm.
We cannot take the involvement, the technology out of education in Nigeria. All we still need to pray for is let's have good set of people in government so that they can infuse
facilitate
proper
it.
facilities. You can imagine somebody that read computer science in the Polytechnic for 2 years, ND, and he never for once touched a computer.
That's poor. For 2 years.
After having no ND, he has never met a computer.
So how is it? How
Oh,
does
it
the
was
learning-
I was just teaching him theory.
Wow.
Not him, all of them. They were not exposed to any computer. But today, I'm happy. We know what to do. Some of the children now have their small system in their hands and
computers,
they can do a lot of things.
Hmm.
So we cannot. It must be a marriage of convenience. Oh. Education growth in relation with technology. It must be a marriage of convenience. If not, we will just be backward. So don't even go there. We cannot disengage computerizing and education in Nigeria. That means you are taking Nigeria out of the world.
Yeah, that's true.
It's still here. We still carry our, what do we call it? National passport and still showing here and there. Get to some airport in the US. It's your eyeballs you want to see inside the retina. As I discovered, oh, this is Taiwo.
Technology.
So why we saying technology or not? No. Don't let us go there. The other way of teaching. I use the other way of teaching for you. There was no much technology those days.
Yeah.
But today, look at what I have in this studio. I didn't teach you any of this. It's about the involvement.
Yeah.
So please, we cannot disengage technology from education. Please.
Thank you, sir.
Note this.
Yes, sir. Like trying to bring everything you've said together. Very beautiful. I love everything you said. And what I can say is you said technology is fine. There's nothing like maybe because he's a kid or he's a child, you cannot use a phone, but the parents should be able to manage the situation.
Yes.
Okay.
Very important.
Okay, please, I would like you to just go over that again because it's very important.
Okay. As a father, I'm going to talk as a father. Because whatsoever we do today comes back to us in a few years' time. Technology, education in relation to technology, to Babatunde Adenola is a must. Technology to a growing child anywhere in the world, be inside bush, technology is important. I'm only going to beg parents, monitor what your children do, ranging from what they watch, what they eat. I saw a wristwatch today. Could you please give me that your wristwatch?
Okay, sir.
I saw a wristwatch today on the internet. Smart wristwatch, just like this. But you can imagine what I found in it?
What, sir?
Smoke, drug, attached to it. All the parents will know is my child has a wristwatch. But a compartment, just remove this.
Wow.
And I saw him smoking it. So look at where we are going to.
Exactly.
So I saw it just today. And I was waiting for someone there. Just today, I saw it online. And I was like, where are we getting to? My son will just come home with a wristwatch. And I was just, smart wristwatch, enjoy yourself. And back there in his room, he has drugs. We have to be careful. So my candid advice to all parents, go close to your... It's not time for high-handedness. Don't be too harsh on your kids. Mine, they know me. If possible, we can lay on the same bed. If you are far from them, they take advantage. I was never far from these people. That's why we're still close to today. I started the boarding house. I gave him the date today. 22nd of September 2008. I started the boarding house they came to. And I can tell everyone in the world that all of them that were under my tutelage, till date, are still relating with me well. Yes, I was Mr. Kane, but I won't cane you for nothing.
So basically, there needs to be a relationship
There
between
must be
the
a proper
child,
relationship
a
between
proper relationship,
proper, not just food
not just
or
food
money.
or money. There
You
must be a
should relate.
relationship. Yeah.
Check whatever they do. Go into their rooms at some point. Please, very important. Technology is good for us, but the disadvantage we must watch. We must be very careful. Let our children get exposed. We used to have friends. I know this house. When I went downstairs, I told him I know much about this house. We used to go about with our friends when we were growing. These days, you don't have friends. You have friends via
Virtually.
social media. On your Facebook or your whatever, you have 500 friends. Where you meet them? Do you even know them? That is what is obtainable now. Just so the friend you have at home who happen to be your kid or your father, you must have proper relationship and a very good one. That is when you can know when a child is doing something wrong or misleading himself. You know your child's friends. Please.
Get close.
Please. Technology is good. But disadvantage may. Some countries are actually sitting on gunpowder as we speak. The moment it erupts, you will see what's going to happen in those places. But in a sane society like us, that still have the culture, the heritage, we must monitor what our children do. It's not about being too harsh. Read my lips.
Yes.
Don't be harsh on them. Be their friend. Let them think of, I want to tell daddy this. But the moment you are harsh, that thing you say make them no do. They go do when you are not there.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for the answering and the question section. Yes, sir. We are moving to the next section, which is a 36 good question. I'm just going to be asking you a question, and you're going to be telling me what you feel about it, sir. Can I go?
I'll try.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The question goes to us. It says, do people change, or they are who they are and something happens and who they truly are comes outside, or they change? Do you understand my question, sir?
I do. Attitude isn't built. Whatsoever somebody does is part of his life. Yeah, people change. When you get a new person that want to change from you, and you are looking at having advantage on that person, you have a little change. Practically, I'll go into relationships, woman and man. This might be extremely dirty, inbuilt. But the moment he or she is involved with someone that is
It's clean.
clean, that side could change and for better. So attitude is inbuilt. But fortunately for us, we are human.
Yeah.
We have influence on ourselves. So influence make one person or the other to have a little change. It might not be permanent, but that time, for that little time you guys are together,
Change.
you are changed. You are a changed person. Influence goes a long way. Somebody that drinks alcohol and a friend that does not, they will never be good friends. Read my lips. It's either either of them. Hello, sirs? Either of them taking advantage of a particular thing. That's why they sit together.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, this is a 36 code frame for you, sir.
That's interesting. Oh, I'm going to talk about it right away.
You're welcome,
He
sir.
said deception is running when there is no pursuit. If you deceive yourself, you never get to where you're going to. It's a very good one. I
Thank
love
you.
this.
Thank you, sir.
I love this.
Thank you, sir. And this is a gift from Kimberly Interior and Decorations. They sell home interiors, and if you have a house office that you want to design, you can just hit them up and they'll actually do it. This is from them, sir.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm grateful for this gift.
You're welcome, sir.
The company shall never lack
Amen. Amen.
good businesses
Amen.
henceforth.
Thank you
We
very
will
much.
patronize
Sir.
the company too.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you too.
It's nice having you around. We would like to see you any other time, sir.
I would love to come back here to discuss so many things.
Okay.
God is our strength.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for the session.
You're welcome.